Welcome to the Protagonist Pub. My name is Tammy, and this is where characters gather. Okay. Today, we are going to talk about Persuasion by Jane Austen. This was our January book club choice, and it is the last novel, completed novel, of Jane Austen's. And it purports to tell the story of middle child Anne Elliot and her romance with Captain Frederick Wentworth. From the opening of this novel, Anne is a very passive character. Life happens to Anne, and Anne allows it to happen to her. She is very much a get along to go along kind of personality, and she, is at the beck and call of her father, her older sister, and her younger sister when she is there. She rarely stands up for herself. So as the novel opens, 8.5 years ago, Anne was engaged to Frederick Wentworth. He was a young naval officer who had no fortune of his own. And Lady Russell, family friend, persuades Anne to break the engagement because she could do better. And even though it breaks her heart, Anne does so. You're told all this, you don't see any of it. And breaks Frederick's heart, he goes off and does his thing, and they have no further contact. And as the novel opens, Anne just is on the sideline of life. Her family takes advantage of that. They take advantage of Anne. And you feel sorry for her. Now, the novel isn't long. My version is 250 pages. It's 24 chapters. And Wentworth makes an appearance fairly early on, as his sister and her husband have recently rented Anne's family home from her father, who is a pompous, arrogant baron who spends money without thought. And Anne is distraught that Frederick's sister is now living in her house, but there's nothing she can do about it. And soon enough, they are thrown together by circumstances. And it is quickly clear from comments made by those around her that Frederick is pursuing every other young female in sight except Anne. And Anne just blindly kind of accepts it. And sure enough, as the novel progresses, 2 other men make, their intentions towards Anne known, but things happen. One of them marries one of the other girls in the novel, and the other one is exposed as a villain. And in the end, what you get is what is touted as the most romantic letter of all time from Wentworth to Anne. And I'm not going to deny that it's beautiful. I will read you the famous quote. "You pierce my soul. I am half agony, half hope. I have loved none but you." That line is beautiful, and it expresses his love. However, it does not express his love of current day Anne. Because at no time have Anne and Frederick had an actual romance in which they got to know each other again by having multiple conversations and interactions in which, they talk about what happened in their lives in the preceding 8 years. That does not occur. I do not buy the romance between Anne and Frederick of the time in which the novel is set. Do I believe they were in love 8.5, 9 years ago when the book opens and you learn about it? Absolutely, I do. It was young puppy love. It was first love. They are not those people now. Who are they as adults now? There is no romance with them as adults now. It is all longing for what they had in the past. Not who they are today and what they hope to build in the future. I didn't buy it. I didn't find it romantic. I didn't find the book uplifting. In fact, it was much more an example of what not to be as a romance than it was a romance for me. Yes, I realize that opinion is few and far between, shall we say. And I am predisposed to like Anne because she shares, my middle name is Anne, it is spelled with an E. I am predisposed to like any character that spells Anne correctly. However, we all know how I feel about passive characters, and she is just the epitome of passive. She is the quintessential wallflower. If you looked up wallflower in the dictionary and it gave a literary example, it would be Anne Elliot. I then watched the BBC adaptation of the book, and I was hoping that the movie would give me a different perspective and somehow move me. No, it did not. If anything, it just reinforced the fact that I didn't find it believable. Even as she's running through Bath trying to locate Frederick after receiving that letter, didn't buy it. She is not in love with Frederick as he exists today. She is in love with the, man from her past. This is a second chance romance that does not work. This is a romance that really isn't a romance. This is unrequited love fulfilled in the worst possible way. I did not enjoy this book. I did not find it funny. I did not find any of the, supporting characters funny. It is, the fact that none of the other characters in the book have even an iota of character growth is just sad. It was, am I upset that I read it? No. Am I ever going to reread it? I am absolutely never going to reread it. It is right up there with Northanger Abbey for me for bad. It's just bad. Anne Elliot is a character to be pitied, but not a character I will ever refer to as, hey, you need a good romance? Go read Persuasion. No. That's not going to happen from me. So, yeah. I talked about this in my weekly wrap-up. Did try to read the Persuasion chapter in Jane Austen's Genius Guide to Life by Haley Stewart. However, the chapter is entitled, it's got a great title. Where is it? The Wentworth of a Soul. So it's the worth of a soul. And unfortunately, she decides to quote Dr. Cornel West as being someone to look to for guidance about what it feels like to be on the outside looking in. And at that point, I stopped reading. The man is a blatant racist, has nothing of worth to say to anyone about anything, and no, not going to read any work that quotes, Cornel West as an authority on anything. So that chapter has been skipped. We will see if she redeems herself on the next one. So, as you know, the February book club choice is right here. At the time of filming this video, we haven't yet decided, but undoubtedly by the time I post this what it is. I look forward to it. It is going to be funny no matter what, because we chose, we're doing rom-coms for February. Okay, that was January's book club choice. Thank you all for joining us, and I look forward to February. Leave a comment down below, like and subscribe, and I will see you here next time at the Protagonist Pub.